Good evening, and welcome back to another edition of Movies for Tough Guys. I'm Joey.
And I'm Joey.
Tonight we're going to take a look at two very poignant Oscar-nominated movies.
What was that word?
Poignant, you know, like tender, nice.
Poignant.
That's what I said.
Whatever.
First up is last year's Oscar-nominated Brokeback Mountain. It's a very tender love story set in the mountains of Wyoming in 1963. Two young cowboys find themselves alone for the summer, high up in the hills, and soon find themselves in confliction.
Confliction?
You know, they're conflicted. They're soon unable to deny their passion as they become embroiled in a 20-year affair of forbidden love, getting together every summer to fish and, you know. The lead cowboy, Ennis, played by Heath Ledger, leads a life of confusion as he leaves his wife and children after his wife discovers his relationship with Jack Twist, who was played by Jake Gyllenhaal there. In this scene, we find the two cowboys unable to acknowledge their relationship as they say goodbye after spending their first summer together. Roll the clip, Spider. This is a beautifully shot, well-acted movie. The score is exquisite, and I commend the director for not using the typical Hollywood stereotypes concerning gay men. These are two real men who just happen to be gay. I was a little disappointed by the use of sheep instead of cattle. I think there might have been some type of Freudian psychosexual message being told there. I think they could have used horses or cattle. You know, they all have that same leg, the paw,
The hoof.
the hoof.
The hoof. The hoof.
Anyway, this is a very tender movie of unrequited love, but you can't really take a date, because then she might think you're a fagel.
Full of sheep.
What did you say?
The movie's full of sheep. Everywhere I looked, there were sheep. And did they not talk funny? I for one, could not understand them. Who names their kid Heat? But I digress. The scenery was indeed beautiful. Was that not filmed in Staten Island? Now, about the romantic interlude. The scene in the tent was a bit, how should I say, upsetting. I'll admit it, and I ain't no prune. Do you remember the scene?
Sure.
Okay. Let me set this up for everybody out there. Jake Gorgonzola, he's sleeping in the tent. You remember this? He's sleeping in the tent like this. Now Heat kind of sneaks up on him. Now Jake, he kind of feeling around. He feeling around. He's like, oh! Is that a rifle in your pants, or are you happy to see me? I gotta tell you. What follows is more violent than the Minetti hit in Brooklyn in '68. I will admit that I felt very bad for the way the movie ends. Go see the movie. I would like to talk about a movie close to my heart. I got emotional when I think about it. The movie is called Terms of Entrapment.
Wait a second. You mean
What?
terms of endearment?
Must you interrupt me?
I'm sorry.
I got this Bond thing going with the camera. You're jumping in. Did I not jump in when you did Brokeback?
I'm very sorry.
Please, may I continue?
Absolutely.
Okay. In this movie, a family is in disarray. A powerful leader, the leader of the family, is trying to take charge of everybody's life. There is much fighting, there is much anger, there is much hurt, and ultimately, there is much tragedy. It reminds me a lot like the Corleones. But there is no pasta, there is no bullets, there is no Sonny on the Causeway. Okay. Spider, roll the clip. Does that little boy remind you, excuse me, let me finish here. That little boy remind you of Jimmy Two Fingers' kid? I can't even look at him. It's like the Champ. Remember that one? Remember the, wake up, Champ, get up, Champ. But what about Shirley MacLaine? Is that not a great looking dame? Those legs on her, not on me, beautiful. And you have to love any movie that has Jack Nicholson. I'd rather stick needles in my eyes. It's classic stuff, babe. It's classic. So in this movie, you have something that's funny, it's sad, it's romantic, It's an Oscar winner. What more could you want?
I'd go for a little nudity. You know, a little skin.
Skin?
That boy Patsy, mean.
She had a bigger mustache than you and me combined.
Come on. She knows she's from the island.
Watch Brokeback 2.
Thank you for joining us this week. Next time, tune in as we look at Love Story and Brian's song. That's Movies for Tough Guys. I'm Joey.
And I'm Joey. Buonasera. Good night.
Ciao.